Amy was 23 years old. She had recently graduated from college and was preparing to start a new job. In March 1998, she boarded the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Rhapsody of the Seas with her parents and younger brother. It was a family vacation, a chance to relax, reconnect, and enjoy the open sea. The ship left San Juan, Puerto Rico, and made stops throughout the Caribbean. On the night of March 23, the family enjoyed dinner, watched live music, and danced at the ship's club. Amy was seen chatting with members of the ship's band, and photos showed her smiling, having fun. By 1 a.m, she and her brother Brad returned to the family's cabin. Brad went to sleep. Amy stayed on the balcony for a while. At 5:30 a.m, Amy's father Ron briefly woke up and saw her lying on a deck chair on the balcony. He went back to sleep. By 6 a.m, she was gone. The balcony door was open, her shoes were still in the cabin, but Amy had vanished. At first, the family thought she may have gone for a walk or to get a coffee. But when she didn't return after 30 minutes, panic set in. The family reported her missing to the ship's crew immediately, but the response was slow. And despite the family's pleas to seal the ship and keep passengers on board, the cruise line allowed people to disembark once the ship docked at Curaçao at 8 a.m. That gave everyone, including a potential abductor, the chance to leave unnoticed. A full search of the ship was eventually conducted. No trace of Amy was found, no clothing, no belongings, no security footage. The cruise line said she may have fallen overboard, but her family strongly disagreed. Amy was a trained lifeguard. She was cautious near railings. There were no signs she'd gone near the edge, and no one heard a splash. Her wallet, shoes, and ID were left behind. Not typical for someone going up on deck in the early morning. Then came the sightings. In the days and years after her disappearance, multiple people claimed to have seen Amy. One Canadian tourist in Curaçao said she saw a woman matching Amy's description being aggressively followed by several men on the beach just days after the disappearance. The woman reportedly tried to speak, but the men pulled her away. In 1991, a US Navy sailor said he had visited a brothel in Curaçao and was approached by a woman who told him her name was Amy Bradley. She asked for help, said she was being held against her will, and then was quickly taken away by others. The sailor didn't report the encounter until after he left the military, fearing he would get in trouble for being in the brothel. But the story matched Amy's timeline, and the FBI took it seriously. That same year, Amy's parents received a disturbing email from someone claiming to be a former soldier. He said he had seen Amy in the Caribbean and that she was being held in a sex trafficking ring. The most chilling development came in 2005. A member of an organisation that searches for missing persons was shown a photo of a woman on an adult website. The woman looked very much like Amy. She was in lingerie, sitting on a bed with a vacant expression. Investigators who analysed the photo believed it was credible, but again, no location could be verified. No arrests were made, no one found her. Amy's family never stopped searching. They hired private investigators. They offered a $250,000 reward. They worked with the FBI, Interpol, and law enforcement in the Caribbean, but the clues always rang cold. There were theories. Some believed she was kidnapped by someone on the ship, possibly a crew member, and taken ashore during the early hours in port. Others believed she may have been drugged and sold into human trafficking. There's also the possibility that someone targeted her after she befriended the band on board. One member of the ship's band was later investigated, but no charges were ever filed. The cruise line maintained that there was no evidence of foul play, but the family has long accused them of mishandling the case and failing to act when it mattered most. In 2010, the FBI released age progression photos to show what Amy might look like as an adult in her mid-30s. Public appeals were renewed. The reward was increased, but nothing new surfaced. Amy Lynn Bradley has now been missing for over 25 years. Her case is still open with the FBI and Interpol. Her family continues to push for answers, holding on to the hope that she may still be alive somewhere, held against her will, waiting to be found. She was 5'7" with short brown hair, green eyes, and distinctive tattoos. A Tasmanian devil on her shoulder, a sun on her lower back, a gecko on her stomach, and a Chinese symbol on her ankle. If you know anything about the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, contact the FBI or your local authorities. Her family still waits, still wonders, still believes someone out there holds the truth. Because people don't just vanish from cruise ships. Not without help, not without someone knowing.